So I have a question for Jack here. You guys are ramping up your land business this next year. Is that kind of in response to the current market that we're in, and that this will probably happen once in this lifetime? I mean, how things are right now.
Boy, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Exactly. And we've got our systems down pretty well now. You met Jill's transaction coordinator, extremely capable. And she's got a whole team in the two or three places that we're doing this. And we know the markets, and we know, we've got this. Jill's got a small team of sales agents vetted in these markets. So everybody's got a bottleneck in their process, and our bottleneck in the process is, we've kind of hit the top of what our existing team can handle. And so we just staffed 2 additional people that we're cross-training against, doing a bunch of other stuff for Land Academy, but cross-trained for this, one under Jill and one under me. That should do it. That should allow us to get the amount of mail out that we need to get out in these markets and get to that magic $10 million number. So I think this is going to go away at some point, but then we'll readjust. We'll bring it back down and could maybe go back to that 25-35% purchase price, and it's just the same thing.
Are you staying in those 3 markets that you say that you're in because you have the bucket 1, 2, and 3 options out of all of them, or are they just high yielding markets, or is it like a volume thing?
It's the latter. There's not a bucket 1, 2, or 3. The bucket 1, 2, or 3, this is a very good question. I never set out to do bucket 2 mailer, ever. What ends up happening is I send mail out, and then the mail comes back, properties come back, or they get into the system. Jill's team gets them into the system, or Jill herself will get involved on some of these properties that we think are 2 or 3, bucket 2 or 3. And she's like, might be a bucket 2 property. She does now. I think you remember earlier in the career path, she was just sticking the needle in her arm and jamming them all out as bucket 1 property until the back of my head blew off. So now we look at them for bucket 2 property or potentially bucket 3. So I don't do a bucket 2 mailer. When it comes back, we decided, like this way back, a property would come back and we would decide whether or not we're going to sell it for cash or sell it on terms. And it was very much based on access. So if you could drive a 2-wheel drive car, get out of it and take a look around and look at the property, we would sell it on terms. Well, we've long since decided that's a massive pain in the ass. It's not worth the effort. So now it's evolved into these buckets.